Now that you've been able to create a profile that can capture their attention, how do you maintain their attention? So there's two core principles that we want to teach you to maintain their attention. First is you're gonna earn their attention with your content that they read, and as they start reading your content, you need to spark curiosity for them to keep learning more. So that content will become very important for you to be able to get them to continue reading and staying engaged. The more you can get them engaged in your profile and reading more, they're going to want to talk to you. The next post you make, they're going to want to read. They're going to want to be a part of, they're going to want to be a friend with you because of all the cool things you have to tell them, the spirit that they feel, and how they're emotionally connected to you. So writers, they use IDA. It's a professional methodology to help people capture attention. And each post you make needs to capture the attention and draw them in so that they can read the next post. So the first step in grabbing someone's attention is, we'll call it attention. And that's develop content that focuses on your audience's problems, passions, and drives home your marketing message. Or in your case, drives home your Christ-focused message. So we talked about defining your audience and then focusing your posts on the problems that they have. And then the passions and your focus on that message. The second part is interest. Make the problem personal. Now that we've talked about personas, understand by focusing on that one persona, what is it that makes that problem personal to them, right? So if it's the problem, the person with addiction, it's about addiction content, about healing, about getting to a point of where you can overcome it. You can explain the problems, how it negatively is affecting them. Try to feel like you're speaking to this person. It's like you're having a one-on-one conversation through your profile and your content to that person, and they can feel like you are God has brought you to them, and now you're their answer at this point to help them overcome it. Desire, the third point, show your prospect exactly how your offering can solve their problems and make their life better. So you've captured their attention. It's about them. You've shown articles that helps them feel like, I'm talking to you. I'm learning. I can see the impact of my choices, how negative impacts could cause problems. And now you're going to show me the solution to my problem. You're going to show me how I can become better. And you're going to provide that for me. And the last one is action. Persuade prospects that they should take immediate action. Give them a reason with each post to take an action, something you could do to help them in their lives. So those are the 4 steps. You want to grab their attention, talk to them, get them interested, make them feel like it's personal, give them an offering that will solve their problems, and then help connect them so that they can take immediate action. So those 4 principles are the ones you should be thinking about every time you write a post. The most popular type of content you can write on social media is by far pictures. Pictures will equal to 1,000 words. You will capture them with that picture. Some of you may not have access to Canva or other software that creates great looking pictures. That's what you're gonna try to do all you can to get a hold of that software. Canva's free. You can do some great pictures with that, but you're gonna get most of the attention with pictures. A personal opinion, your testimony, your life story, that's gonna be your second most important type of posts. Give them updates on how you're doing. What is happening to you? Sending links to articles. That's the 4th most important one. Make recommendations of things that they can do, they can read to help them out. Share news content, links to other websites, repost other people's posts, status updates on how you're feeling, video clips. That kind of falls lower. And one of my bets is that it takes a lot more time for someone to watch a video clip. They could go more viral, but you don't see that as prominent. Talk about events, plans for future activities, incorporate them in other content. Well, those gives you some ideas. Text with posts, but text with pictures will be by far your default choice. You're probably easier to make. And then creating your own testimony and writing your thoughts, that's going to take a little longer, but that's what people want. And then keeping people posted on what's happening. So those are like what's most popular. Now you also have to balance that with what captures a reader's attention. So if you could create a great video or use another video that has been posted by your church, that will do a job capturing the user attention. People will be less likely to skim through that content, but will see it completely through. News articles, something new and fascinating that they haven't seen, that will also capture attention. Multimedia articles that have a lot of pictures, they're visual. People on social media are visual. Social media posts, research reports is another good one, where you have you're talking about something more in deep, something that they could really spend time analyzing. So if it's talking about all the local events, like a report, I consider here are all the local events happening this month. They'll take time and see all those local events. Social photos, people like to look photos, and they, especially photos of Christ, that's a big thing for them. Then this kind of goes over content in general, but like email content, sending emails, online classes, like this one, providing that. Maybe there's a set of online classes you want to provide to teach people online, ebooks, infographics, blog articles. People skim more through those, but this gives you a long list of content, as you can think about which one is the one that's going to build your biggest active following. And if you want people to really go into and look at your content, professional, great videos are big. Unprofessional videos, I would say people skim through those a little bit more. So just cautious on that. Professional ones, they'll probably watch them. So this gives you a good idea. My default is text and pictures. If you're going to venture into video, try to make it professional, or else you start skimming. And once they start skimming your videos, they're going to skim all the videos, and they're not going to pay attention to them. So quality does matter. But this, if you're posting 2 posts a day, this gives you a good view of different kind of content items you can post. Now, I'll give you some examples of content that we've done and will be helpful for you and to spark curiosity and capture that user's attention. The first one is a good cause. So fasting for persecuted Christians. We did that one. That part sparked a lot of attention. There are 30 million Christians who are persecuted today. And that was a cause that people could get around. The coronavirus, fasting and praying for the coronavirus is another one that as you promote there, people will read that. They'll feel like they want to participate. It's an event that appeals to all the personas. Doesn't talk directly to some of the needs that they have, but especially for the one that is active and wants to be a part of something, that will really get that person excited. Share talent. My wife talks about preparing, emergency preparing, and she posted this post about making jam and how to do that and how to prepare. Now, that talent should go aligned with the persona you're trying to go after. So someone with a cause, in this case of my wife's post, where they want to be part of preparation, teaching other people how to prepare, sharing their best habits, or the person that or the persona that really is trying to be like Christ and trying to perfect their life. This could be something that interests them, but focus on your persona, because sharing a jam may not affect the addiction person very well. So align your talents with that. Ask a question. I made this post. It got some good traction. Are you committed? It's a simple post that helped them um, start a small step of engagement. It wasn't a big one, a lot of amens and a lot of yeses, but they engage with my content. And by them engaging with my content, it made me more favorable towards the Facebook or social media algorithm, so that the next post I made would interest them. They would most likely see it. So you do want to throw in these small steps of where people can do a small engagement for a later bigger engagement. Events. So important events have happened to me. So this one is when our group reached 20,000 members. I posted a little event post and got a lot of likes and comments and support for that. But special events, you may have had a baptism, you may have had help someone, share experience of someone you helped. Maybe not use their name unless they want you to use it or approved you. The other one is emotional connection. An example of my wife, she made a post of our son leaving a little message for her. She had to run and didn't have time to make herself a lunch, so our son made her a sandwich instead of gave her a little love note, and that people really like. It gives you another way to bond with them over something, and it makes an emotional connection. Shared interest. So this is a post I made on during Christmas, and it was supporting a campaign called Light the World. And I just had a quote of what I did is every day I would talk about, I'd write a post about what happened to Christ that day and leading to his birth. And that got a lot of attention because even though whatever persona they are during that season, they're all focused on Christ, and it's helping them remember Christ. So it's a neutral post, but helps them focus on what's most important. Useful products. People may think of products as a Bible or, I have an addiction recovery program. One of them is prayer. So I've started in our community early on where we'll just pray for you. Let us know and we'll pray for you. So I felt like that was a really useful product to help them reach out, engage, know that someone cares. Current trends. This one I posted, it was about the coronavirus. What is happening? What does the world care about right now? And how could Christ help them? And, being the first to post current events is something that is like happening now with a different spin to it makes a big difference, and people will pay attention. Be the first to introduce a message. We created a new group. I created a new group over addiction recovery, and I posted that to the group, and we received lots of likes and comments. It was something new. People were like, "Oh, there's a group that can help me with that. Let me go join." And they're going to be interested to know because they haven't heard about it before. So you're helping fill an informational gap in their mind that will make them interested in reading more about what you have to say. Share something. This is another one. We created a post, and it was a video. I shared a video about Christ, and people like that. Just sharing different things with them that help towards the goal you're trying to set. And then the last one is promote events. So this one here is I promote an event about Jesus Can Heal Me. It's an addiction recovery meeting, and people liked it. People decided to join the meeting and participate. So there are a lot of different type of topics that you could write about. You don't have to do the same thing over and over again. I see this as, and we're going to get through this in a more advanced lesson, you're creating journeys that your prospect will take to follow Jesus Christ. So several different posts on different topics that they will go in and take and do. And each step of the way, you're helping them come closer to Christ. And as they go through and scroll through your posts and your profile, you're taking them through this journey, and you're helping them learn, and you're helping them become more like Christ as they go through that whole process. That is your goal. It is not a one-hit shots that you're making, and it's all broken, and people don't can't find out where they are in your profile, and you're talking about all these different things and they just get lost, take them through a journey of how to find Christ through following your profile. The next section is we're going to talk about how to get them to come closer to Christ by taking action.